All right, next up is a metric that is kind of a challenge for folks: time on site. This is a good thing to get familiar with and understand, but we want to do a little myth busting here. More time on site is not always better. So we mentioned in a previous segment, and if you're listening to the whole episode in the page speed segment, to think about your overall usability of the website. So when you're making changes to your website that help people, sometimes time on site can go down, and that's a good thing. Typically, clients come into us and there are a couple of numbers they're real concerned about. Time on site is low and the bounce rate is high. We had a website one time, Chris, where the client was a lead generation company, kind of a regional lead generation company, and they had such a sophisticated business that they had multiple phone numbers. So they had one for staffing, they had one for sales inquiries, and they had different phone numbers for different regional offices. And so when it came time to put the website together and update the website, they ended up with no easy way in the header of the website for anyone to contact them, even though their website was intended to be a big funnel for inbound leads. And the reason was they couldn't decide whose phone number would be the best one because there were different regional sales offices, different stuff going on, and they really needed to take people to a page and have the user do the work of determining what phone number to use. So we talk a lot about taking work off of the user. This was an instance where users were digging in and spending a lot of time on site just to find a phone number somebody could help them.
Yeah.
Well, we added the phone number to a header. We picked their original. I think it ended up being like their original sales office was kind of like the big brother of the sales offices, and so they were kind of picked to be like an area that could just take in a call just to not lose the sale because a phone number was hard to find. And it was such a big shift in the website that time on site dropped, and the client was like, "Hey, we made this change, but our time on site went down." And we said, "Yeah," and leads went up. And they were like, "Oh, okay, we got it." And so it's one of those things: bounce rate, time on site. These things can actually go down if you're making it easier on the user. And so so time on site is good. You might have to simplify some of these metrics. You can look at a lot of historic data, but if you're pulling stuff into a common dashboard, capturing average time on site across all users monthly, I think is a good metric to include in that.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, that's all we have. That's 5 good analytics objectives for business websites. Follow us on Dodgeball SEO on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn. We're in all those places. Drop questions if you want to see us cover a particular subject. And that's it.
Yeah, thank you.